Hey there, Internet! Welcome back to Roost Horror Corner. Hey there, Internet, and welcome to episode 3 of Roost Horror Corner. After seeing a lot of evil in See No Evil last time, what do you say we dwell a little bit into Japanese horror this time around? As the title of this video already gave away, today I want to talk to you about 1998's Ringu. Did you know this movie was based on a novel written by Koji Suzuki? I didn't. Before we find out where this movie ranks on my shitty to scary scale, I just need to have a few words. I won't give a spoiler warning later on, the movie is 22 years old. From now on in general, I won't give spoiler warnings unless I'm talking about a very recent movie. But enough of the chit-chat, let's get started by looking at the premise of the movie first. Ringu opens by introducing us to the high school students Tomoko and Masami. They do what typical teenagers do, telling each other horror stories. Yes, that's right, this is the famous spooky videotape horror movie. By now I'm sure you all know about it, either through pop culture or osmosis. Don't get too attached to these characters though. After being spooked out by her family's TV, Tomoko is attacked by spooky noises. We get this really nice freeze frame, leaving it to our imagination what happens next. It's time to introduce our main character, the reporter Asakawa Reiko. Reiko is working on a story about an urban legend revolving around a killer tape originating from the Izu Peninsula. We also meet her son Yoichi. Wait, is this another mother-son horror story? Surprise, surprise, it turns out that Riku is Tomoko's aunt and we join her family at the teenager's funeral. Here it becomes clear that Yoichi is a little bit weird. Previous research about a dead teenage couple points Riku to the Seikes girls' school, the school Tomoko went to. Coincidentally, Tomoko's classmates are at the funeral, to tell Riku that 3 of Tomoko's friends also died after they watched a weird videotape during a trip out of town. While investigating Tomoko's room, Riku does not only find a jump scare, but also finds a lead pointing her into the direction of a resort on Izu. For some reason, the movie also needs to tell us that she's going to Izu on a Monday. This is pretty much giving away what's going to happen next. Is it a coincidence that the number 4 is regarded as unlucky in Japanese culture, since its pronunciation is similar to the word death? Nah, I think Reiku will be fine. After digging around a bit, Reiku finds a weird tape herself. She and us get our first good look at the spooky cassette. Would you believe it? She even gets an ominous phone call. Now scared of dying in 7 days, Reiku enlists the help of Ryuji, her ex-husband and father of Yoichi. Ryuji also seems to be psychic, but at this point there is no real evidence to that claim. Well, that's the movie's premise in a nutshell. We got an alleged killer videotape and an ex-husband and wife duo investigating the matter. Let's see how the rest of the movie plays out. Back on track, after Yuji decides to watch the tape himself, nothing happens. No phone call, no spooks. He simply wants a copy of the tape. Why he just doesn't take the original escapes me. Come Wednesday, Reiko is doing just that, copying the tape, so she and Ryuji can examine the tape together. At least during the session, the duo uncovers some interesting things.
この角度から鏡を撮ればカメラマンが映るはずよ。
And they get their first clue in form of a hidden message.
証文ばかり。暴行が来るぞ。そう聞こえたか。
The next 2 days go by fast, with the duo receiving a lead pointing to a place called Oshima Island. Reiko and Yoichi also spend some time with her father. After being visited by Tomoko late at night, suggesting that Reiko is also psychic, Yoichi raises the stake by watching the scary tape himself.
陽一、お前が持ってきたの？そうなのね。どうして？
ともちゃんが見ろって。
I told you the little guy is weird. Now being Saturday, Ryuji and Reiko travel to Oshima Island, and Ryuji flat out tells us that he is psychic. While the duo is on the island, a lot of stuff in the video starts to make sense. The island's volcano erupted a couple of decades ago. Ryuji and Reiko find the mirror in the video and uncover the woman's identity in it. We are now told the story of Yamamura Shizuko, who predicted the eruption of the volcano and was famous for her predictions. We also learn that a guy called Dr. Ikuma took interest in Shizuko to experiment on her to prove the existence of supernatural phenomena. Sadly, we don't get to meet Shizuko herself, since she threw herself into the island's volcano a long time ago. We do get to find out why Reiko and Riju are divorced. He's kind of an asshole.
だったら親子揃ってこの血を絶やすか。それもいい。陽一を産んだのは間違いだったんだ。
The big break comes after Yuji harasses Shizuko's brother Takashi. While having a vision of one of Shizuko's demonstrations, we learn that she and Dr. Imura were not only having an affair, they also had a daughter named Sadako, which again corresponds with the clues in the video. We get to see that Sadako is a real bundle of joy, as she straight up kills a skeptic journalist with her psychic powers. Jeez, another psychic. Is there anyone in this movie who doesn't have supernatural powers? Taking all clues into consideration, the duo concludes Sadako has cursed the videotape somehow, and that they have to find her to break the curse. All leads point to the cabin on Izu, where all of this started with Tomoko and her friends. Time to ramp up the drama now. It's Reiko's last day of the 7-day deadline, and they hurry to Izu to find Sadako. They find the well shown in the videotape, and another vision shows us that Sadako died down there after Dr. Ikuma trapped her in it. I swear I did not put that sound effect there. It's not really clear if Dr. Ikuma did that to keep his affair a secret, or if he was simply scared of his daughter's abilities. The movie even suggests that Sadako isn't really his daughter, but the spawn of something evil. Anyhow, to find Sadako's corpse and to free her spirit, Reiko and Ryuji start to empty out the well. Things are getting even more dramatic now, as time is running out and Reiko is starting to tiring out. Alright, I have to interject here. Why does one of them have to be down there to fill the buckets? Just lower them. Even if they float on the surface, just jiggle the rope around to make them fall over to fill. Or just put rocks in them to sink them. That way, both of you can share the workload. But I guess that wouldn't be dramatic enough. Well, it doesn't matter. Reiko ends up going down into the well and finds Sadako's corpse just in time. Hooray! The curse is lifted! Reiko gets to live, Ryuji gets to live, and Yoichi is saved too. Oh no! We've been bamboozled! Not hard to guess, since there are 14 minutes of movie left. It's Tuesday now, and Ryuji gets a visit from Sadako herself. Press F for Yuji. Or maybe don't, he was kind of a dick. So how did Reiku break the curse and survived, but Ryuji didn't? With the help of Ghost Hubby himself, Reiku figures out the only way to break the curse. You have to copy the tape and show it to someone else. So she basically killed her ex-husband? I'm pretty sure a lot of women want to get a hold of that tape. The movie ends with Reiku heading to her father's place to show him the tape to save Yoichi. So she's just going to get her father killed? Okay, cool. And that sums up Ringu. Let's talk about the stuff I liked and the stuff I didn't like. The movie gives off a pretty good atmosphere and pulls you right in. Especially the opening has some nice sound effects to build up the tension. And let's not forget the cursed tape itself. This stuff is just unsettling to watch. Every time I see it, I get this weird feeling in my stomach. The movie's story itself is good, nothing wrong with a haunted tape. We start out with a reporter looking into an urban legend, and we end with a desperate mother uncovering a family drama while trying to save herself and her son. But I have to put an asterisk here. I did root for Reiku to survive and to break the curse, because we spent most of our time with her. But to be honest, I didn't care much about Yuichi. I get it, he's a little kid, and little kids are cute. Reiku is his mother and she wants to save him, but we, the audience, we have practically nothing that makes us care about him. He's barely in the movie, and all we know is that he is weird and that he likes fishing. Almost the same goes for Yuji. His first appearance depicts him as a non-caring dick.
4人死んでるのよ、同じ日に。
だったらお祓いでもすればいい。
He shows more emotions for his ex-wife later on, but that's just not enough for me. His death didn't make me go, oh no, not this nice and caring character. Instead I just thought, oh okay, he's dead now I guess. Speaking of things that bugged me, why did Ryuji need a copy of the tape? Why not just use the original? I don't think Reiku wanted to hold on to the tape. She didn't even want to be in the same room while Ryuji saw it for the first time. What she's gonna do with the original? Watch it on repeat? Or let it lay around so her son could find it? Oh yeah, that happened. The only answer I found is to set up the swerve and ending of the movie and how to break the curse. If anyone can give me another good reason as to why to make a copy of the tape, tell me, I would really like to know. In the same light, how is Reiku planning to break the curse on Yoichi? He didn't make a copy of the tape, she did. Showing the tape to her father should do nothing in regard of Yoichi's curse. It will only get her father killed. Maybe she just really doesn't like her old man. I do think they picked this up in the American remake, but I'm not sure, since I haven't seen that movie yet. Enough of the negatives. One thing I really liked is the absence of the movie's villain Sadako. We don't really get to see her in action until the end of the movie, which is coincidentally the scene this movie and character is most known for. That was a good choice, it builds up the anticipation. I think I'm done rambling now, so let's take a look at where Ringu ranks on my little scale. I declare Ringu to be spooky. Ringu is a solid ghost story, peppered with a little bit of drama and spooky visuals. There isn't any gore in this movie, and the few deaths in it are pretty tame for today's standards. I have to say though, sometimes less is more. This movie shines thanks to its atmosphere and premise. Even 22 years later, especially in the time of YouTube and the internet, there's something really unsettling about the idea of a video that can kill you if you watch it. And that brings us to the end of this video. As always, feel free to sound off in the comments. I hope I see you next time. Bye bye!